This video is brought to you by Currently. Save time by skipping the wait at a charging station. Currently delivers charging to your car, your home, the office, wherever you want it. Download the app and use promo code OUTOFSPEC and get 30 days of free charging delivery.
Welcome to another Out of Spec Reviews video, where today I find myself in an Uber, but not just an ordinary Uber. I got a nice E-Class here with my friend. This thing is a beauty. I tell you what, I got to take Ubers more often. We're here in this Uber today for a very special reason, because today is delivery day. It's collection day of my wife's beautiful brand new Genesis GV60, which unfortunately she's not here to experience the pickup because she's down on Florida, on Marco Island in Florida, and she has delegated me the fun of going to the Genesis dealer here in Fairfield, Connecticut to pick up the car. So let's get into it, folks, and enjoy the day. So here I am with Oliver in his beautiful, what year is this car, Oliver?
It's E350 2021.
2021 E350. And Oliver overheard me doing the intro to this video, and he said, what do you do? And he asked me, what did you ask me? What did you say?
Like, what kind of cars you guys do reviews?
Oh, what kind of cars? Yeah.
Yeah.
So mostly electric vehicles,
Okay,
although we love all cars. And but today is, like I mentioned on the intro, it's a special day because we're picking up the GV60, which is an EV from Genesis. And some of you may remember that I went to the Genesis house in New York City and checked out that facility with my wife Kathy, and so they have this building, Oliver, in New York City where they showcase the Genesis cars, and that's how we were able to see the new Genesis GV60, which was quite amazing. And they've got some nice little features in the car. That, first of all, it's fast. It's got this boost button that takes the horsepower up to from 429 horsepower all the way up to 483 horsepower.
Wow.
It's 0 to 60 is about 4 seconds, and maybe even a little faster than that. So have you driven any EVs yourself, Oliver?
I drove a Tesla.
You drove a Tesla? Okay.
The Tesla 5, and I know they're very fast.
A Tesla? What? Yeah. Which Tesla was it?
I think it was the 5. I think
Tesla
it's like
5. Well, they have the Model S, the X.
Yeah.
They have the 3 and the Y.
Sorry, so the 3.
The 3, because I was going to say, if you drove a Model 5, that would be breaking news.
Yeah, no.
Okay, because I definitely want to report on that. One of the things I was saying earlier is that when Kathy and I went to the Genesis house, she was able to see the GV60 in person, and there's a lot of bipolar sort of opinions about does it look good, does it not look good. I always thought it looked good in pictures, but when I saw it in person, I thought it looked even better. And that's just my personal opinion, and Kathy felt the same way. So here I am at Balise Hyundai Fairfield, and there goes Oliver in my Uber ride. And what do we have here? There it is. Just look at that beautiful specimen. Awesome. The Genesis GV60. This is a 2023 model. It's a 77.4 kilowatt hour battery pack, sitting on 21-inch wheels. This is the performance model, which has got 429 horsepower, and then with boost mode it jacks it up to 493 horsepower. Way more than we need, but look at this thing. What a beautiful car. A lot of people have talked about the signature sort of lightning bolt Z, whatever this thing is right here. I don't know about you, but I love it. I absolutely love it. And the back end, I think this car looks amazing. It's I think about 4 or 5 inches shorter than an Ioniq 5. Not just the overall length, but the wheelbase as well. So here I am inside Genesis of Fairfield, and they've got a beautiful red specimen here, GV60, looking good. I mean, this is an absolutely beautiful dealership here. Across the street, you got Porsche. Right down the street, you got Mercedes. And for those who know Fairfield or New Haven pizza, Frank Pepe's must be at least, I don't know, 300-400 yards away from here. So an amazing location if you like good pizza, that's for sure. But these Genesis look just amazing. These cars are really coming on strong in terms of quality control, in terms of popularity with consumers. And now, in addition to the gas cars, their first EV entry. And of course, built on the EGMP platform, so it's not the first for Hyundai. It's got some cool features. You know, you can come up to it, you don't even need a key. I'm sure you've seen the videos. Face recognition, fingerprint scanning, you don't even need to have your key. So if you're into sports, you don't need to bring your key fob with you. You can just go for a jog, go for a swim, do whatever it is that you need to do. But, and there's another GV60 out there. This one is ours. They offer it in Alta White, which is a flat white paint. Then they have Uni White, which is spelled U-Y-U-N-I, which is what this car is, which is it's kind of a speckled color. And then they also have Matterhorn White, which is a matte paint. And for those of you who know that I've got the Ioniq 5 and the Shooting Star matte, really not a big deal to take care of. But I don't know, for some reason, I sort of like the little gloss aspect of the paint. This doesn't look bad, but it just looks, to me, it looks a little dull. And the fact that you can get the same exact, if you will, color in a little bit shinier package over here, that's kind of why we went for the Uni White. We were indifferent as to whether or not it was the Uni White or the Alta White. Alta being one of my favorite ski areas, I was kind of hoping that that would come in, and it would also be about $600 less. But look, this is looking real good. What a machine! I have found the first mod that we're going to do on this car. That little sticker, that's coming off. That is definitely not staying on the car. We got to put an out of spec sticker there instead, right? Oh boy. So here we are taking delivery of the car. Here's my new friend Tim, and he's got some interesting tips. What do you got, Tim?
So on the key fob here, if the battery ever dies, you can press this up against the push button start to start the car.
Oh wow.
So that helps.
That's a good one.
There's also a trick when you're stuck in snow that I use. Now this car is all-wheel drive, but still every once in a while you get stuck in snow. You have the traction control off button here.
Okay.
So what I do, by pressing this, it allows you to spin the wheels. So I put my foot all the way down on the brake after I press that, and then all the way down on the gas. The car freaks out a little bit, but it's building friction. You release both, and then jam the gas.
Okay. And that'll work. That'll work not on just an EV. That'll work on any car that's got traction, where you can turn traction.
Trick there.
Interesting. All right.
Also on the mirrors here.
Yeah.
So left and right obviously is left mirror, right mirror. If you leave it on left or right, when you put the car in reverse, the mirrors tilt down. If you leave it in the center, it won't tilt.
I got it. Okay.
Because most people will leave it in the center, and they won't think about it.
Now the little thing that is the reciprocal on the other side that looks like the mirror control, what is that thing?
That's like almost a Febreze pod, basically.
That's right.
It's basically what it is.
They're selling little scents, right? Little smell makers that you can put in there, and there's air that goes through there.
Basically.
Oh wow.
It's kind of corny, but hey.
Yeah.
That's what you got. I'm gonna get on the passenger side if you want to get in the driver's
All right, cool. Okay, so foot on the brake, push button start, and what do we have here? Oh yeah, I like that.
All right, so driver one, we're gonna set you up. We go through the prompts. This only has to be done once.
Okay.
All right, so how do you spell your name?
D-A-V-E, Dave.
We're just gonna use Dave, okay. And you can use that to clear what you write down.
Show me
So
that.
I'll show you. So you go back to previous. So we go next, rename. So let's say you put, well, we can do something dumb. It's not going to do anything, but see, you can go like this, and you can delete.
Oh, I see.
You can also clear, and then you can use.
All right, so it's like a trackpad there.
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
But we'll put Dave back in. Okay. Next. This is the pin for the profile. We'll just do 1, 2, 3, 4 for now, if you want. Or you could change it if you want.
Yeah, I'll change it. 1, 2, 3, 4.
All right. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4.
Everyone now knows my pin. I'm changing it
2,
in
3,
30
4.
minutes.
Might as well turn the AC on too.
Yeah, turn the AC.
All right. So next, okay, this is the fingerprint authentication.
Okay.
It's very simple. All it is you'd get into the car by using either the app or the key card or the digital key, which is your phone. And then you would put your finger on here, and it will allow you to start the car.
Should I do that now?
Well, we're going to consent and set.
Oh, consent and
So you're
set.
going to follow the prompts to set up the.
Okay.
Place your fingerprint on the.
Place my fingerprint.
And then just follow the prompts here. And then lift your finger off. And then put the center of your finger, lift it off, put the left side.
I'm not getting arrested here, am I?
No. Somehow you'll get a 23andMe alert.
Right. You have a child you don't know about. Okay, Kathy. Oh, no, just kidding, honey.
All right, and then the facial recognition.
Okay.
So you can combine the two of these to get in the car without needing anything but your personal body. So press consent and set.
Please step out
So
of
you're
the
gonna listen.
vehicle
You're gonna
and
have
look
to
straight
exit the
into the
vehicle for a
camera.
second.
All right, I'm doing this. Here we go.
It's on the pillar there.
All right.
So it's gonna turn green when it's ready.
All right. I see it spinning around there.
You might want to get a little bit closer.
Facial
yeah.
recognition set.
All right. Okay. So now it's set.
Okay.
So now it's done. So what you could do, you could take your key fobs, you could take your phone, the key card, put them away. You walk up to the car, right? You put your face right where that indicator is, and you put your finger on the door handle, in the middle of the door handle,
Okay.
and you can lock and unlock.
On the middle of the door handle, is there any kind of an indication that's where you're supposed to put it?
Yes,
Like a
there's
little...
three little lines.
3 little lines. Okay, got it.
Right, so
Perfect.
you see that. And then you can get in, you press the fingerprint authentication,
Right.
and then you can turn the car on.
That's awesome.
So that's pretty easy.
Yeah. Okay.
This is what I was talking about though with the lane keep assist.
Okay.
Or lane follow assist, excuse me. So if you're driving, it keeps you centered in the lane,
Yes.
basically. This guy is level 1. That one, if you're going at least 40 and you drift out of the lane, it brings you back into the center of the lane.
Yeah.
So level 1, level 2, more or less.
Yeah.
This
Well,
one,
when the steering wheel turns green, that's when you know that you're doing true auto
over
steer.
40 for the lane keep assist. There's no, to my knowledge, there's no speed requirement for the lane follow assist. So you can do it on a main road.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I've seen people that did not know how to invoke to make the green steering wheel, and they thought that the Autosteer function of the car was just that level 1.
No.
And they're like, wow, that's not very good compared to the Tesla.
But I've noticed, I haven't played with it on this one, but most of the Hyundais and Genesis, this will stay on all the time, level 1.
Right.
You have to manually.
You turn it off. You can turn it off over here if you want.
Right, but you turn off the car, it'll stay on.
It does a little ping ponging. It'll come back on when you turn back on the car.
Yeah, it'll stay on.
It doesn't default to off. I got it.
Now, the Smart Cruise, this isn't connected to the lane following assist. They're separate. You can use them together, but they're also separate.
Right.
To use it, you press cruise, then you press down and up, which will turn on the cruise. Then you can go up or down to adjust the speed.
Okay.
And then that sets the distance.
Right.
The car in front.
And we were talking about earlier, Tim, where one of the features I love on these EGMP platform cars is the fact that you can actually separate and just do auto steer without having adaptive cruise on.
Yeah.
And I love that on roads around here in Connecticut, like the Merritt, where people try and sneak in and try and jam you. And it's just a lot easier to, have the car steer for you, but yet you control the acceleration, deceleration with the accelerator down using your foot. And I find that to be a great feature, a feature that is not on Tesla, by the way.
The 3D setup is just another way of going through the settings in the car. You can actually, instead of going back and manually going through setup, one at a time through all these things, you can actually pick where in the car you want to adjust.
Oh, I see.
So you can press, we'll come up here in a second.
That's quick, how it spins.
Driver assistance, so you can go through there and go to
nice.
safety features. And then you press C inside, it'll bring you in the car, and you can adjust climate, heads-up display, which is where we're at.
Oh, yeah.
So you want it on. You can sync, so it's synced to the memory system.
Right.
So the heads-up display, the mirror, the
seat
steering wheel are all connected.
Okay. So this is a power steering wheel, correct? Yes.
Yes.
It is. Okay. Yeah, unlike on my Ioniq 5, which is still manual, even though it's a limited. Okay. So that's where I'll do the adjustments, and all of that will be saved to my profile as opposed to...
It will save to your profile, but it
Right.
will also be saved to your memory seat, so seat 1.
Okay. One interesting thing I found in the Ioniq 5 is that when you're driving, you cannot, sometimes you adjust your seat a little bit and you go, oh, I want to keep it there. It will not allow you to put that memory, to save the memory when you're driving.
Interesting. I haven't tried that.
Yeah, you should. I'm going to try it in the Genesis. I don't know if you can do it or not. My bet is no. I think they think it's a safety issue.
Speaking of the seat, because there's some interesting things with
Oh, yeah. What's this ergo?
So this has to do with posture, the ergo motion seat.
I don't have any of that.
So
Posture.
it's bolster support
Okay.
based on drive mode. So if
Yeah.
you're like in sport mode, it adjusts the seat bolsters.
I need it to be wide, Tim. Come on.
Now, the smart posture assist, that's just going to adjust based on your back. But the cool thing is the smart posture care. I don't know if you've seen this.
No.
So it'll adjust your posture based on your height and weight. So what are you, 6'2"?
6'5".
6'5". All right. Inseam.
34, 35.
Okay, so the
Maybe 36.
30. Okay, that's right.
That's
in there.
fine, right in there.
And then what do you think we're
Weight? Listen, we're getting a little personal here. Whatever the max is, put it all the way to the max. Let's see what it is.
All right.
260. No, go down a little bit. Yeah.
Okay,
all right. I'm in that range. Okay.
So you're gonna press posture analysis. You want to sit, solid pockets is very bad posture.
Posture analysis. Okay.
Adjust the posture.
Oh. Whoa. Hey now. Okay.
So it's gonna adjust the seat and the steering wheel.
That is wild.
Based on
It's way too upright
You
for
can
me.
adjust
Yeah,
it
no, I get that.
accordingly,
But that's saying, okay, Mr. Connor, this is where we think you should sit.
basically.
Interesting. That's pretty cool. I like that.
So that is that guy.
Yeah.
Go out here. Nothing else really totally important there. All right, so we'll go back to the settings here. This is where a lot of the stuff is, a lot of the safety features and stuff like that. The driving convenience. So the smart cruise control, you can adjust reaction speed and distance and stuff like
Right.
that. You can also adjust the distance from the steering wheel, but it's just another way.
How
to do
many
it.
how many different degrees is it? 7?
4.
4?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's 1, 2, 3, 4.
I don't know why I'm thinking 7. I don't know what car that is.
Acceleration, reaction speed, they both look like 5.
Okay.
But I don't play with these too much. That's the main one we would use,
Okay.
distance. The highway driving assist, so that's what combines the smart cruise control
Right.
with the lane following assist, keeping you center in the lane.
Right.
It's autonomous driving.
Got it.
more or
Okay.
less. So
And
what that is.
in this car, this is just HDA, not HDA2. And you would just to take a second, we spoke about this earlier, Tim. It was kind of a sad thing that Genesis was not able to keep the HDA2 in this car, even though this car is quite a bit more expensive than my Ioniq 5. But the reason is because of supply chain, right? They were having issues as far as getting the proper radar up front to be able to have functionality such as what I call scooch. So others call it truck lust. If you're driving in autonomous driving and you're overtaking an 18-wheeler truck, the car will get sucked in towards that 18-wheeler, and it's kind of a freaky feeling. And what HDA2 does is it actually takes the car and it moves it over into the left-hand part of the lane away from the truck. And we call that scooch. It works kind of, but the one thing that you really, and they call it AI, is functionality within HDA2. But with HDA2, you do have lane changing. So if you're driving down the road, you want to overtake someone, you can put on your turn signal and the car will actually overtake the other car and accelerate. This car does not have HDA2. So it's missing lane changing and scooching. Anyway,
So
kind of sad about that, but
mentioning the scooching,
yeah.
there is something similar in the car. It's not exactly the same thing.
Okay, what is that?
That has to do with the blind spot warning. So if you go to the blind spot warning here,
Yeah.
you have the active assist. So if you're driving, and whether or not you put the blinker or not, and you kind of drift over into the lane, say someone's driving on a bike 100 miles an hour,
Yeah.
it moves you back.
Oh, really?
In the lane.
Interactively?
Yes.
Okay,
And it usually happens when you're not paying attention.
got it.
So it'll freak you out, but it's better than getting smushed.
Yeah, and as a matter of fact, the other day and this happened to me once in an ID4 that I owned, I was backing into an EA station, and I got super close to the back, and it slammed on the brakes. And then I was like, what, did I hit something? And I didn't. I got out of the car, and I saw I was 1.5 feet away from the wall that was back there. But I thought that was an amazing feature. It's freaky when it happens because you don't expect it. And so is that what this is
The
right
rear
here?
safety. So it's, to the best of my knowledge, it's 6 miles an hour for pedestrians and 2 miles an hour for objects. Now, you're not going to be going 15 miles an hour backing up or
Right.
something.
No, I was going slow.
So that's what this is, the rear safety. Now, you also now have a front and side safety.
What's that?
So, front, self-explanatory. When you're in a parking lot, it'll stop. But now on the side, the risk of collision on the side. Maybe you're turning into a parking spot or something.
Oh, so it monitors the front, the sides, and the
And
rear.
the back now.
Interesting.
So
Okay.
you got all that. The rear cross traffic, when you're backing up, it'll alert you if your car's coming left or right.
Okay.
That'll brake to help.
Will
avoid
it
a
do
collision.
that in the front as well?
No. That's only-
HDA2 does that,
Yeah.
but not the HDA1. Interesting. Again, it's those front radars that they're missing is I think that's the culprit. I get it.
That's not really important. We'll go to the next thing. So we went over the lane assist already. Forward safety. This is pretty much standard on every car today. You're driving, the car in front of you stops. This will help apply the brakes to avoid a collision.
And that's why we want that. I want that as early as possible.
Right,
that kind
so
of warning.
standard is the
is the other one. And then the other feature that I found really nice in the Ioniq 5 is if I'm at a stoplight and I'm just not in any kind of autonomous no ADAS controls at all, and the car in front of me pulls away, the car beeps at me and tells me the car in front of you is pulling away. Does this do that too?
This one, let me just see here.
Because I love
leading
that
vehicle
feature.
departure
I
alert.
love that feature.
So if you're we'll call it daydreaming.
Yeah, that Dave dreaming. I love that. Dave dreaming. That's good.
And then the inattentive driving warning, it uses infrared to see if you're paying attention. It'll let you know.
Say that again.
So the inattentive driving warning
yeah.
warns you're not paying attention. It uses infrared. That's
all
how
right.
it knows.
And then what is this haptic warning over here on the left-hand side?
This is, so for the safety features that involve like the lane stuff,
Okay.
this is the amount of vibration.
Haptic is vibration. Okay.
So strong, medium, light,
Okay.
and off.
So Kyle, there's a feature this car has that you're going to love. All right. And Tim, what is it?
It's the power liftgate speed.
Power liftgate speed.
Fast is normal. I mean, standard must be pretty slow because
Well, Kyle's got this pet peeve about certain cars that have really slow lift gates, power lift gates. This car, we get to choose which speed we want it at.
yeah, the parking camera button, there's two functions. If you just press it, you have a rear view camera. Now, if you put your foot on the brake for a second, I'm going to put it in drive here, and then we're going to put this thing on. You have a 360 view.
Wow.
So you can see all around.
Yep.
So that's kind of cool. I'm going to put it back in park here for a second.
Okay.
The second part, if you hold this button, the
Okay.
car will actually park for you. So it'll park in a parking spot, it will park in a parallel parking spot, and it will exit a parallel parking spot. So right now, because we're already in a spot, it's asking us which direction we want to exit. So what you would do, you hold this, you press which direction you want, and then you keep your hand on the button until it maneuvers you out.
I see.
You don't have to touch the brake or the gas.
And if you take your finger off the button,
It just
then the
stops.
car will stop.
It just stops.
Okay. Very cool.
All right, so that
is, I like that. That's nice.
a little, it's like a Tide Pod, basically.
Does Hyundai or does Genesis actually sell those, or
They don't come with the car.
you gotta? This is an extra. Well, what is it for?
Make it smell better. that's basically it.
All right.
It's a Febreze for Genesis.
I want to thank you very much for all the great training there.
Yeah.
You had one last thing to say about the
remote start and the remote parking assist.
Okay.
So you can remote start by pressing lock twice and holding the button here, the little remote start button. You see the car's flashing, so it's on.
Okay.
And then, to make sure it's on, you would hold the front button here. It's going to take a second.
Oh, wow.
So this is the smart part, basically.
Okay, I see. Look at that. Nobody's in the car.
And then when you release the button, it stops.
Okay.
And I'm going to press back.
Oh. Very cool. I like it. Well, Tim, thank you so much. Awesome job. Really appreciate it. And I'm sure I'll come back and have more questions for you because you know what you're doing, my friend. So the delivery is done and I am ready to start to drive back to my home just down the road a little bit. But what an experience here. Great dealership. Fairfield. Genesis of Fairfield in Fairfield, Connecticut did a great job. Tim was awesome. Dante was awesome. Charles was awesome. I met the general manager, Jim, here. Look, they've got a hot product. The South Koreans are killing it, guys. They really are. These cars are amazing. I have a lot to learn. I thought I knew a lot about this car, but it's got a lot of little tricks things that are in there. A lot of these things perhaps are maybe common to, even the gas-powered Genesis. But a lot of them are not, and so I have a lot to learn, and hopefully you'll be able to follow along with me as I learn more about it and give my impressions from a driving standpoint. But I'll leave it at this. Thank you very much for watching today's video, Out of Spec Reviews here, and I look forward to lots more fun. One thing I'm interested in is your thoughts about perhaps me creating my own video channel I'm thinking about calling it Out of Spec Dave. So let me know what you think, if I should create my own Out of Spec channel and put some old guy content up there from my perspective about what things are doing. Have a great day. Thanks again for watching another Out of Spec Reviews video, and take care. Bye-bye.